Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 4 between Power Gaming and Faceless. I am Luminous. Joining me is Tsunami, and you guys are watching the Summit 6 C Qualifiers. We've been on a hell of a journey, and it could end here. Power Gaming, they need 2 more wins, but Faceless, they need just 1 more. They will begin their draft with the Ogre Magi. It seems like Ogre has been the first pick every single one of these games, right?
Yes, and he's such a stable hero that I don't really mind seeing it. He fits into any comp. Doesn't matter what you want to roll like what role you want to put him as. He synergizes with such a wide variety of heroes and doesn't reveal anything that I don't mind it being first pick.
And I think more importantly for us, it promotes such an aggressive early game roaming playstyle that it never gets boring, right? Like, he comes up to you, hits you a couple times, throws an ignite. It's good times.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Kunkka also offers a very similar style of Dota as well.
Yep.
Needs a little bit more in terms of experience before he can start being as irritating as an ogre, but just the fact that you see him kind of in your lane, you're like, well, great. If I get hit by a torrent, all things could go south. So Power Gaming did a pretty good job with the Kunkka in Game 1. I think that the Kunkka Disruptor combo didn't, I guess, it wasn't as irritating as both of us were guessing it might be, but Kunkka himself is still an extremely strong hero.
Yep. Let's see what do they pair it with. I don't think Kunkka needs a particular pairing. Like, you don't need to pick an SD with it. He's definitely strong on his own. JYC played the game 1. I imagine he will be playing again for the 7th game in a row, or is it 6? No, there was a Witch Doctor game, so never mind. But there's a lot of Warlock games. We'll get it here. Once again, Nuts will be playing it.
10 seconds to go.
Do you find Nuts' Warlock playstyle or result maybe better than Demons, or the other way around?
His team was Nuts' team was able to do more with the Warlock. I feel like Demon's Warlock was a very independent hero. He was just synergizing with himself. He would put Shadow War on a few heroes, he would drop the rock, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Faceless, on the other hand, you saw the power of the Fatal Bonds in that tier 3 defense that Power Gaming just got obliterated in. And every single time in the early and mid game, every single time Nuts comes in for a golem, they turn it immediately into a push. And that's the kind of advantage that Warlock can offer if the team you pick around him synergizes that way.
Yeah, so we saw the Bloodlust on the Warlock Golem in one of these games, and we're going to see it again, right? You get that successful gank off with the rock, like you said. You Bloodlust the Golem, and that's just a guaranteed tower. Just so much damage early on. And we'll see if it's going to be a DDZ Juggernaut, or is it going to be a Lance Juggernaut. Meanwhile, we are
equally viable.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing that I haven't been mentioning is the first 2 bans. We'll kind of gloss it over, but Undying has been one of the signature heroes for Faceless, and it seems like we won't actually get to see it ever, because it's just always banned out against him. And Nyx Assassin is a hero that Ice has been playing a lot as well. Overall, Faceless's playstyle is that they generally focus a lot on the early game laning stage, and a lot of their success comes through from these 2 heroes, so most teams that are going up against them just ban it out.
It's a wise choice, especially when you know that I guess they can completely change the face of the game. I'm assuming Ice plays the Undying.
I think it's actually a support Undying. Like, it takes the role of the Ogre, essentially, right? You just plays very aggressively with your Decay. And imagine, like, last game, instead of the Earth Spear, you have the Undying, and then you pair it off with a very aggressive offlaner, like a Slaughter that could sprint in and follow up. You can imagine how destructive that lane can be.
Yeah, and I don't think Power Gaming has really shown much strength in terms of being able to deal with early aggression. It seems that most of the time they're the ones who are being aggressive, and if they have to play defensively, it's not really in their play style.
Yeah, I actually think that they are definitely outside the comfort zone when they are defending. And you can see that when they're defending the tier 3s, for example, they are generally in a bad spot, because I guess most of the draft puts them in an aggressive spot to finish games early on. But we shall see if this one changes. Alright, second phase bans are coming out here. Darkseer and Magnus, a lot of AoE being taken away. I wonder if this is because Power Gaming had a history of combining those heroes with the Kunkka. I have not watched those games, so I can't tell you It's either a yes or no on that one.
Either that or Faceless is concerned with strong teamfight heroes. They've been banning out the OD first phase for at least the past 2 games, and I think, I mean, OD does offer a lot in terms of teamfight. Obviously, Magnus and Darkseer do as well. Darkseer doesn't have the most synergy with a Juggernaut, but obviously you put an Ion Shell on any core, any melee core, and they're going to wreak havoc. So Faceless doesn't seem like they're too intent on, I guess, the enemy team having a strong team fight comp. They just want the enemy to have a passable team fight comp so that the enemy's willing to participate in team fights, but they'll never have the upper hand in them.
You know the hero that's been crazy that we haven't seen today at all is Faceless Void. I think he's banned once. I think when they picked Witch Doctor for Nuts, it was a second phase ban. Oh my god, we're gonna see Oracle as well.
For the first time in this series.
Yeah, that's crazy. Not even like banned, right? It's just constantly available. We are gonna see it here. I wonder.
Like I was saying, whenever you had presented the option of Oracle in a previous game, I like seeing him whenever he's synergized with someone who has a heal built in.
Okay.
And I mentioned Alchemist, I mentioned Lifestealer, and I also mentioned Juggernaut. And the healing ward makes a big difference in terms of, because, I mean, oftentimes you will see the false promise be put on a hero, but it's not just purifying flames that's bringing them back to full HP. It's usually something else, and in this case, it's going to be the healing ward.
So a couple of things about Oracle and the way that he plays in this game. I think Warlock is quite good against him. Fatal Bond is not dispellable, at least by Purifying Flame and False Promise. So you could dispel the links and everything, but you still take damage. Especially once somebody's False Promise, you could just hit the other guys that is linked up. So there's going to be a lot of damage going towards the way of power gaming. And secondly, Oracle plays very poorly against heroes that are in your face all the time. And it feels like Ice 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 always finds 2-man crushes minimum. So I imagine Oracle is going to be his #1 target.
Yeah, and I don't really see too much power of Fate's Edict this game. There isn't very much magic damage to be concerned about, and there isn't really anyone worth disarming quite yet. And the Lifestealer would be worth disarming if he couldn't just rage it off.
It's okay in the laning stage. Like, Ogre runs at you, you disarm him, you hit him a couple of times. But yeah, I agree. Overall, in the grand scheme of things, ain't great. Yeah. Morphling, what do you think about this? Power gaming going for much of our late game strategy that we've been used to seeing.
Yeah, most of their strategies have been hinging on a transition from mid to late game. In this game, I don't think Morphling, like, I'm pretty sure he's going to be exclusively late game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a shotgun Morphling.
Okay.
Even though it's not the best against Lifestealer, it is very, very good against Warlock, Ogre, and Slardar. Just eliminating them from the fight makes things much easier. And against Slardar, who is going to be Nake's bombing with Lifestealer, Morphling's pretty good since he's just going to be able to morph right into strength and not be too vulnerable to those kinds of gank attempts.
Yeah, amplified damage is still quite good against the Morphling, but he'll likely build into a Lincoln Sphere, Mantis Owl, or have some sort of protection. Of course, Oracle can get rid of the amplified damage as well. Well, we do see the Axe being banned out here, as Power Gaming still need their offlane. MTR has been silenced in the last game. We need him to step up, and Jabs playing Invoker. All right, I've seen this man play Invoker once. It was not pretty. It was actually Sunstrike being missed left and right. Hopefully, we see him play a much better Invoker here today.
Or it could be a black Invoker. I'm not saying it's likely, but it could be.
It could be. And what, mid Lifestealer? Doesn't he play Invoker in the safe lane?
Yeah, he does, but I have seen black play at mid before, and last pick going to be Omni Knight from Power Gaming, a hero that I'm not seeing too much obvious synergy with, aside from the fact that he can purge off amp damage, make Morphling obviously invulnerable to spell damage, but... Oh, and it is going to be Jabs Invoker, so okay. This will be interesting.
So, offlane Omni Knight?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really think that Kunkka could solo the offlane. They could do 2-1-2.
Yeah, they can.
Oracle with the Morphling, Kunkka not really... I mean, sorry. Morphling... Well, actually, is this going to be DDZ on the Juggernaut mid, so Oracle with the Morphling, Mosin on the Kunkka. So it's not JYC, who's typically the roamer, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this Kunkka might be laning with the Omni Knight.
Here's a... I mean, can you say that Omni is actually quite good in the offlane? With Repel, how can Lifestealer Warlock actually kill him? They really can, right?
No, they can't. It'll be very, very difficult. The thing is that I guess he only really needs 1 point in repel also,
Yeah.
so he doesn't even need to change his build up too much.
The other important thing about him is whether he's gonna get farm, right? Because you don't, I don't know, support Omni Knights technically could get away with a lot of things, but at the same time you want him to have at least a 4-staff or Ghost Scepter to protect himself. We shall see. He is coming to the bottom lane without purchasing much items. I wonder if he wants to see some items on the other side before making his decision. But possibly the final game here for the C qualifier of Summit 6. We get MTR playing the Omni Knight, JYC on the Oracle, DDZ playing the Mid Juggernaut. We got Lance playing Morphling, and then Mosin finally on that roaming Kunkka.
And on Team Faceless from left to right, we got Jabs on the Invoker, we've got Black on the Lifestealer, we've got Nuts on the Warlock. Is this the 3rd time he's played Warlock, or is this the 2nd time?
3rd time. He's been on Witch Doctor and Warlock. Oh my god, what's happening? There's a long stun. XY is going to be playing the Ogre, who is now in a lot of trouble spinning from DDZ. I do believe they will get the first blood. DDZ might die on the way out, though. They stun up JYC under the tower. DDZ tanking the tower a little bit. He dies to it. A nice body block coming out from Ice Ice Ice. That tower hitting hard. Stun coming off cooldown. That's going to be a double for Ice Ice Ice. Not exactly sure whether it was worth it for the Radiant.
Well, let's consult this fight recap. It looks like literally no real change, although Juggernaut did get first blood money, so that's pretty nice.
Alright, I need to go offline. People are messaging me, sorry. For the Steam sound, might be.
Juggernaut's going to be heading mid, and he was able to pick up a Quelling Blade with that first blood gold, which is going to make things a lot easier. Invoker Sunstriking creeps and doesn't even get the last hit. Okay. I think Jab's Invoker might be similar to what you were saying he might be.
Well, you know, let's not count him just on 1 stun. Top lane, Ice Ice Ice, taking quite a bit of damage. The Crush is going to be on 2. They want to turn it on JYC. Lance morphing all the way to Agility, punching out the right clicks, but...
Well, XY does not care.
He will care now, maybe. Uh-oh, JYC is going to go down to a Mango stun. They will lose Ogre, 1-for-1 trade, but I think if you're the Slaughter, you definitely want those trades. In fact, he's sprinting forward. Alright.
Lance is still level 1, so he doesn't have Waveform or Adaptive Strike. Ice 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 isn't too concerned, but man, that is a lot more. I would not have expected there would be 5 kills before 2 minutes, but my god, these guys are coming into this game 4 guns blazing.
Alright, so this is how you offlane Omni Knight. You go jungle, because the hero sucks.
Does he have an... Okay, he has an Iron Talon.
Yeah.
Great, well, now I can officially say I've seen it all.
You know, in this past week, I've seen carry Omni, mid Omni, offlane Omni, support Omni, and the result has been mixed. It's kind of 50-50. This hero is, I don't know, quite dubious. But the one thing that it does have for this lineup is, look at the amount of heal. You got 3 heroes that can heal, combined with the Kunkka bolt. If you don't blow people up, I feel like Power Gaming could turn the fight around in long drawn-out fights.
Yeah, this False Promise definitely has tons of synergy along with it, but I don't really know how much this Oracle will be... I mean, like, they're abandoning the bot lane altogether on Power Gaming. Black, I think he's gotten free farm, like, literally every single game, and this is similar to the other games that we've seen wherever it's just a Warlock and his carry, and Warlock's just going to be interested in farming the jungle, not really trying to go for any rotations.
Top lane, Ice Ice Ice, getting X'd up here. He's going to get a Crush off and just... run away, yeah. So hard just to kill a Slaughter. In fact, he's coming back in. He does a 5-stick charge, so really not even close to killing him.
Ogre has opted to go mid instead. Gonna kind of see DDZ, not gonna use an Ignite. DDZ actually did not have the mana for a Blade Fury, but it looks like he might be going to pick up his bottle mid.
Yep. I think the one game that Black didn't get a safe lane farm was, oh god, the Courier. The Courier's gonna get sniped. Ice 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 is taking the tower a bit.
3 minutes just hit.
Oh, the plays, the jukes! Wow. Calculated. Alright. I think it's worth missing the Ogre kill just for that. Yep, he's gonna suicide.
Yeah, big 3 minute plays, and Slaughter does suicide. And Jabs has been having, like, he's burning through a lot of regen, but he's still keeping up in last hits with this DDZ Juggernaut. And That's pretty admirable, seeing as how he only has the 2 points in quasts, and he's having to sit in quasts the majority of the time with how much hassling DDZ is doing on this Invoker.
Jab's been getting some help from the Ogre as well, coming in once in a while to throw an Ignite or two. It looks like more action happening on this top lane. They do get a wave on them, and they gotta go back to the tower. Yeah, so I was saying, I think that one game that Black didn't get absolute free farm was when Power went offensive trialing with their PA. Remember, he was getting dove in the tower nonstop.
Yes, that's correct. Right.
But apart from that, yeah, he is getting free farm. Looks like a nice regen rune pickup here for the Juggernaut. So when you play mid Jug, there's two builds. You either go for the bottle or you skip the bottle. By skipping the bottle, you get to accelerate into your damage build much quicker. But if you skip the bottle, then you have sometimes mana issues using Omni Slash at level 6. So some of these players, when they skip the bottle, they pick up a Mango. But it looks like we're going to go for the standard build here today.
I think it also depends on what kind of matchup you have. As a mid Juggernaut, you're not going to really be contested by... Oh man, nice. Jab's using his Force Spirit to kill his healing ward, but nice micro from DDZ.
That cat is just going around. Yeah.
Yeah, so Invoker's not going to contest runes, and right now I think that Power Gaming supports are much stronger at policing the runes than Faceless is, and DDZ, go for a Blade Fury, but not much.
I think he was using the Blade Fury to force Jabs to walk back, as Kunkka was nearby to set up a Torrent. Unfortunately, Ogre has discovered their antics. Kind of a weird ward. They have Omni Slash available. Torrent will hit. They could Omni this, but they need spin, and they don't have it on cooldown right now. They're going to just focus and right-click on Jabs. Don't think it's going to work here. Omni Slash, wow, the lucky bounces. 2 bounces on him. Mosin will go down. Everybody spawned up as well. And they'll take a lot of damage on way out. DDZ will just port home.
Man, that was such a lucky Omni Slash.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel confident going for that, but he dived so deep that he didn't really have a choice. Lucked out. He would have gone for it sooner, but the creep wave immediately came and met Invoker, but still a very nice kill. I would gladly trade a support Kunkka for a mid Invoker.
Yeah. He wanted it a trip home anyways, out of mana, so it was fun. We got XY getting the 6-minute rune. Now, we had a lot of action early, but it's been somewhat slowed down. Do you feel like any team had the early game lead based on how the game's going?
It was back and forth enough that I think that both teams are still like on even footing. Right now the net worth difference is marginal at best in favor of Faceless, but that's probably because Lifestealer's been free farming the whole time, and Morphling has been getting contested by Ice a little bit more, and looks like the contesting will continue. Crush. Lance is gonna have to start morphing strength now.
He's actually playing around with his stats a little bit, makes some replicate of Ice. I think it's actually heavily in favor of Faceless, just from the farm alone. Morphling, you mentioned him not farming too well compared to the Lifestealer. Ice to me is also getting way too much out of his lane. And, you know, going back to the last game, he got a lot once he got his Blink online, so I'm worried for Power Gaming right here.
Yeah, it's good. It's mindful of Ice to be going more aggressive on this Morphling. As soon as he saw the aggression mid, he knew that he was able to bully this Morphling. And again, this is why I don't like Iron Talon builds, because sometimes you feel committed, and he's going to feel committed into this dive right now.
Wave. Oh, he juked him, and he's going to survive. Max Sprint, the Sunstrike's going to get a kill on DDZ. What? Ice. The god. Right now, Lance is man fighting against XY. He does have waveform, but the Amplify is doing so much work. Sunstrike cooling down in 10. They have vision on him for a bit. Surely that's not going to kill, right?
Invoker's Sunstrike does 287 pure damage, so it's not going to kill.
Well,
but man, I don't know about that waveform. I thought that he was in vision. Oh,
he
man.
might kill now. Sunstrike, not onto the creeps, and that's going to be a kill. Killing spree on Ice. Is this guy good on the offlane or what?
This is ridiculous. He recognizes his opening so well. I think he got a bit lucky surviving that gank attempt, and wow, now DDZ going in.
Yeah, he's amped up, and in fact, Ice going in. They don't have Sunstrike available. In fact, he's now X'd up. Torrent's gonna be there, but he runs to the right side, takes a full Omni Slash, but he's so fast, he's actually maxing Sprint. He goes back, the Sunstrike is available. DDZ dies. Ice lights another one up. He will finally die. Yes, he will finally die. But So going back to what I was saying,
styling on these fools.
there are some problems with this Slardar. And he doesn't
That's
have
what you
Blink
get
yet.
when you leave him alone. I mean, it seems that Power Gaming has always been interested in trying to shut down the mid. There's only so much you can do against an offlane starter, because if you're in the lane, he's just going to play safe. As soon as you leave the lane, all of a sudden your carry's going to get bullied. Having thrown that many bodies into Ice, giving him this much gold early on, yeah, that's a bit of a problem, and that should not have happened. And
You know, they should do Invoker Slardar more. Even if Jabs is not the best Invoker player. And I mean, maybe I'm just ragging on him. I haven't seen him have a good Invoker game. This might be the beginning of one. See, he's getting a ton of Sunstrike work done.
these Sunstrikes are definitely on point right now, and he's managing to get farm as well.
Oh shoot, we're going for more here. Bloodlust Ice. Okay, he turns back. Oh, going forward, Lance. I don't know if you want to be there. They got Sunstrike available. It's going to hit on Lance, but the Rock's going to be there as a counter kill. Lance will wait for him back. He needs some healing. Ice still thinking about going back in, and MTR comes in with a TP just to make sure they got the heal back to 4 HP. A lot of commitment for both sides here, especially with the Inferno. Ice still looking to make some plays on the back, but too many heroes behind the tower.
That's fine, though. This is space creation like mad for Black right now. He's going to be able to take this tier 1 tower pretty much uncontested, because as soon as Power Gaming sends a hero down bot, then Faceless will continue pushing up top.
Ooh, top lane, Ice, this Sunstrike, it will hit, bang! Jabs on a killing spree. Ice supporting or assisting his way up there.
Kunkka.
Yeah, he will. Sunstrike will not be on cooldown, but the Crush will do a lot of damage. No point in bash, but the right click's doing a ton of work. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna set up the next Sunstrike, right, Jabs? I hope you're watching. I hope you have mana. Okay, the Jukes are coming out.
Damage.
Okay, you see the TP, Ice.
Does
not get. Okay, he's gonna have to die here, right?
Omni Slash is up. Oh my god.
Okay. I mean, you at least force the Omni Slash, so.
Tier 3 dive without even a tier 1 taken. I am astounded by the power that this Slardar is bringing. This is a nightmare scenario for any support. You hate it when an offlane gets this good of a start, because you're not able to zone them anymore. They zone you now.
Yeah, you are not safe in your base. Well, I don't know exactly what the recovery plan is. I suppose getting Kunkka level 6 is a start. Then maybe you could start killing the Slardar, especially if he sprinted, but we're gonna focus on Black here for now.
See, the problem is Black is also getting a lot of farm.
Yeah.
And if Black and Ice both get a lot of farm, then that means combined with their Nake's Bomb, even the Morphling is going to get blown up. Because I said before, yeah, Morphling can strength morph out. But man, he's going to need False Promise and an Omni Knight Guardian Angel if he's going to survive Nake's Bombs at this stage.
I'm not sure whether they could cast those spells so quickly. I have a feeling like he might just die. In fact, he waves in. He is a brave man. Gets crushed. The Sunstrike is going to be there. You can see the healing is trying to keep up, but it's not keeping up enough. Repel has to come through. Uh-oh. You know, they can both stay together and get both of them debuffed off. Oh my god, you see that Fatal Bond? It just chained everybody up.
And now 4 heroes up top against for Power Gaming, and Black completely going unchecked in the bot lane. Finished off that tier 1, and now it seems like Power might be able to take a turnaround. They got boat up.
Okay, that's gonna hit on Jabs. Not enough burst damage. Just gonna try to burst him down, but the Rock plus the Fatal Bond. Mosin has the False Promise, but they need some heal on him. Sunstrike, ooh, that's gonna hit. That's good. Meanwhile, Ice did not get the spin off, and might be in a little bit of trouble, but no, he's fine. His teammates back him up. He's in the trees. He's okay. Meanwhile, DDZ dies. Lance is gonna get crushed. Ice might just carry this game without Blink Dagger. They are running them down. That's going to be a full 5-man wipes without losing a single person. Healers be down. We might have this series ended. 3-1 for Faceless. It's not over yet, but it's looking damn good here for Faceless.
Literally the only spell I've been seeing from Jabs. This is like a classic pub invoker as far as I've been seeing, which is just Forge Spirit Sunstrike. But that is all you need with the way that Ice is synergizing with these Sunstrikes. Every single one of these kills has been on point, and Ice doesn't even... Okay, he just got his Blink Dagger now, which 13 minutes for Blink Dagger, amazing. Being able to be 4, 3, and 7 before you get a Blink Dagger, that's unheard of.
Teammate hang.
And it looks like Jabs actually went for a Midas on the Invoker, so yeah, this is, he's basically playing Ancient Apparition right now because he's just going to be farming in the jungle and contributing Sunstrikes whenever this Nake's Bomb chooses to explode on a target.
Alright, we got BOT gold as well. I imagine that's where you go, right? There's no really need to go for anything else.
He could go for a Blink Dagger, but I don't think it's necessary. There's
Yeah.
enough initiation on the Slardar that 2 Blink Daggers is overkill at this point.
Alright. Next bomb. Ready to go. Power Gaming might have some inkling of hope that could defend a tier 2. Lance is walking up there. 700 HP. Not enough to survive, but Ice is buying a TP. Maybe thinking of going bottom. Nope, he just wanted TP. And Mr. Lance.
I still see Morphling hanging around. This ward that Warlock just placed down gives a ton of important information for this Nake's Bomb right now, and they're gonna go for it.
Lance, it's dead. Crush, Sunstrike, and right clicks. Yep. Not enough HP.
Maybe they can turn it around and get a kill on this Ogre.
This Ogre has 1200 HP and 15 armor.
They're gonna need the Omni Slash for
right.
sure. Use the drum charge. XY immediately goes into the side
gonna
shot.
just port.
TP? TP?
They found him. Nice torrent. Omni Slash needs to be committed. Okay, maybe not here. The spin's gonna be there as well. They exit back. He's stuck in the trees. They get the kill. And looks like nobody was reinforcing him. Instead, they'll take a tier 2.
We'll take 1 tier 2, and Power Gaming doesn't even feel strong enough to go for the tier 1 push. They need to defend this tier 2, but it's already almost dead. Ice splits one way, Lifestealer splits the other way.
Blink in,
Nice
crush, Sunstrike, not going to be enough to get the kill, and maybe he's in a little bit of trouble. X Torrent Bow is going to go on Jabs. Jabs a little bit out of position. He will pay. And that's actually a lot of net worth going to the side of Dire, and now Nuts trying to TP out. Do they have X? They got nothing. They'll make it home.
Jabs. You don't need to show up to these fights. Everyone knows that. You just need to make your Sunstrikes happen. They've been happening on point all game long. Don't mess with it. It's working.
He wants to play the team game, man. Push a tier 2 with the team.
That's true. I mean, I'm not going to object to someone, especially an Invoker, wanting to participate. This Lance, on the other hand, he's not going to be able to participate in anything. He can't even participate in farming the wave.
Alright, Slardar. Making another attempt here. Looks like Lance will just wave back and get away. I guess better just keep my camera on Slardar now, because he is the definition of action right now. They want DBZ and the crush. Oh my god, I don't think he'll make it home anymore. Spin TP, too late. No HP. Nice vision being granted by Jabs, and Ice connecting with that stun. And now they ping out Roche.
Next on the menu.
This is
gonna be very, very quick.
Yeah, I actually don't know what power could do right now.
Not a whole lot of anything. Typically in these situations, Morphling is your ticket back into the game, but man, this Morphling is so poor right now. He has a lot of last hits, but I mean, I imagine all of his money has been spent on TPing to the lane over and over and over again, because Ice has more farm than him right now.
To be fair, he only has 3 deaths. That's a lot for Morphling, but not a lot for this game, right? Oh, Sunstrike happening up top here, JYC. It looks like he was able to port out, but probably will die and then fountain? No, looks like he's okay.
No, he started TPing and wasn't able to fall into the predicted path. Oh my god, Kunkka.
Yeah, spinning from DBZ. And XY, he is so tanky. Waveform forward, does not connect. You bet Ice is thinking about coming back in here. They really don't want to use Omni Slash here. Ice on the left side here is... okay, we're out.
That is the second time that exact same thing has happened. Ogre Magi is just... He's a carrot on the stick, and he's like, come and get me, while the rest of my team takes all your towers. And I mean, both tier 2s are getting pushed by Faceless right now, and finally, I think Power Gaming is going to go for their first tier 1 of the game.
No, better than no tier 1. It's a start somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna see Ice porting in. I do believe Lifestealer inside, and I do believe MTR is set. Sunstrike onto Lance. They're prepping for the next target. Look at the damage output. They don't have amplified damage on him. Ice is very low in mana. He will pop the wand. He will look for the Blink Crush. Nice stun here by Lance. But Blink Dagger back on cooldown. Okay, waits out the spin. And then easy crush.
He doesn't have the mana for crush. He needs to wand up.
Ooh, because he
has his wand.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. Okay, it's really back and forth. The crush not actually gonna land because they get the kill so fast. And now they go more. They see JYC. JYC's gonna try to. Okay. Not gonna be enough there, but okay, X Torn back, healing him up, but I think JYC is still dead to right clicks. Yeah, there you go.
Power Gaming don't own any part of this map now. They're lucky if they're able to set foot anywhere outside of their immediate high ground area because everything is controlled. Jabs, BOT, he's dealing damage as an invoker now. You know, I was just giving him credit for his Sunstrikes, but by himself, he's got max X-Sword, so he's definitely a potent damage dealer now.
Alright. Will Morphling finish his Lincolns before this game ends?
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. If that manages to happen, then Lance is won emotionally.
Okay, well, we shall see. DDZ kills a golem, shows his strength to the creep, I guess.
Morphling actually goes for a Dragon Lance. He's gonna sit on this Perseverance.
Okay.
Tim wants to tank up a little bit. I think that's the right call.
Let's be fair, Lincoln's is not going to do anything this game, right? Like, he's dying to the crushes and the Sunstrikes. If he's dying at all.
Yeah, the amp damage is just on top of whatever he's already getting killed by.
No. Faceless, they are vastly ahead. But no point to kind of play it sloppy. They've been playing pretty good Dota. Let's hope they could kind of seize every opportunity to get. Don't throw away any lead and keep on going.
Another next bomb. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Ice picked up a Midas. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. Not like he needs anything else, right? Blinks is all he needs. Some would argue that he doesn't even need the blink, based on how he plays. And look at these wards. It's right in front of the base. Fortunately, it's somewhat obvious now that these creep waves are in their position. Ooh, got him.
They get baited by a replicate.
Oh, he's gonna come in. Lifester's inside. They got X. Oh, the bolt wasn't connecting through. They really want this kill, but surprise! And now Black's in there. Nice heal bomb helping him out, and the repel is gonna be there as well. Black going hard. He still has Aegis, so he doesn't care too much. Okay. They will retreat, but Ice! Three-man stun again. Fatal Bond on Heroes. Guardian Angel helping things out, but I don't think they care. They're gonna just go right, and the meatball being dropped down. The heals are just not enough to keep it up. Mozen's gonna go down. Black chomping people down, working towards MTR next. MTR will be dead as well. He's healing himself back up, but the Lifestealer cannot be stopped, will not be stopped. Morphling was the only person alive. No, he's not. He is dead. Team White outside base, and we are gonna see the GG. Congratulations to Faceless. They will be your team representing the C region in Los Angeles.
I think most people saw it coming. Faceless were probably the favorites, especially just solely based off the players on the team. The fact that they were able to knock down Power Gaming to the lower bracket in the first place meant that they were definitely familiar with whatever Power Gaming could do. They managed to pull out one game, but in a best-of-5 series, it's all about going the distance, and Faceless were able to use their experience to their advantage.
Well, that's going to do it for our broadcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Big shout out to Tsunami. Clap us in chat, maybe, hopefully. Because what time is it for you now?
Just hit 9:30 a.m.
a.m. Well, good night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can follow at Tsunami643. And of course, you can follow me at Luminous Inverse. Both of us are exhausted. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will have one day off in the C Summit 6 qualifiers. But on Tuesday, we will resume on China and a lot more action. And I do believe we'll get a Chinese representative by the end of this week as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. We are done. And see you next time. Bye-bye.